Today we have a really nice 69 Roadrunner in the shop, original 426 hemi car, everything's matching numbers. The steering box is a little loose and there's no more adjustment in it, so we're going to remove that steering box down there and send it to Steering Gear out of Ohio. When we send this gearbox to them, we were told to take out these brass fittings where the lines go, because if they get damaged, they are impossible to find. We started by knocking out the pin to the steering shaft. We removed all the bolts for the steering column underneath the dash and we slid it out of the way. On this car, the joint slid right off the steering box almost as if it was new. We'll undo some of these tie rod ends to get them out of the way. On the control arms, we have the adjusters for the torsion bar. You can measure them to get the correct ride height back after you reinstall it. I like to use a crayon to mark it so I know exactly where it goes back in. You'll see me marking it. We're using a torsion bar clamp to remove the torsion bars, never vice grips. We then remove the nut for the pitman arm, and I have a nice puller tool to pull the pitman arm off of the gearbox. I'll go ahead and remove the rest of the suspension so that way I get a little bit more room to slide the gearbox out of the car. With the suspension out of the way, it's really easy to get to the bolts for the gearbox now. However, on this Hemi, the manifold comes down really low. On a big block car, you can almost lift the motor up a little bit and it'll clear. We'll also put a little bit of tape here on the frame rail that'll prevent any other kind of scratching when trying to remove the gearbox. I'm actually going to remove the starter and the manifold to get more room to remove this gearbox as well. And that is it. It's a good thing that we did the manifolds off anyhow because it looks like it had a pretty good exhaust leak. Now we'll just prep this box to send it in.